and her husband was paying men while she's drugging the wife to pass out, so she's unconscious, and he was paying men to come into their house and rape her.
What did they try to let you know, bros? We know hear English. You say you want to hold her hand. Ask her, can I hold your hand? Be civil. Do like say get sense.
To the club, or she doesn't feel like that. Hey, what's up now? Let's go now. Do you want to embarrass me in front of my friends? That kind of thing. That is coercion.
Yeah.
Or most people will say it's manipulation, but it's still coercion. Because like,
Walla, blowing on the horn, bro. What is your problem? Waiting for even children. For young children, you see them. This one growing, bro. And I'm just looking at you like,
wait, what do you mean this?
These people were not trained not to behave a certain way. But there are so many women that are trained to be scared or be careful with these kinds of situations or with these kinds of people.
So he said, excuse me, miss. I said, yes. And he's like, oh, sorry, can I talk to you? The moment you're on the road and a guy doesn't get to the point, because if you're looking for help, you'll say, sorry, where is this place? This guy said, sorry, can I talk to you? The moment I heard that, I was like, ugh, another guy. He wants to chat me up. He wants to flirt. Obviously, he's going to ask for my number. Hi everybody, welcome to the set of COD. We've got new season, new set, and new vibes. New vibes all around.
New look. In case I'm looking for my beard. I'm just saying now.
That's actually a very good observation. Do people like the low cuts or the big full beard? Like,
if you don't like it, your house.
It's up to them. And also, we've got a new host, right? Because why am I talking so much? We've got a new host. It's me, Pendo, and I'm joining my co-host,
JL, old school.
We're here with our guests, the lovely and demure King to my right. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Solomon. It's an honor to be on the show. And I'm pleased to be on the very first episode of season 2 of COD. It's an honor.
If you hear that guy's voice, waiting come your mind. King Solomon straight.
I know do pass King Solomon.
And when you hear him speak, you know why I called him King Solomon. This guy's wise, full of wisdom. If you drop my leg for ground after all this hype, no one. Move on.
Hey, at this point, bro, like just dash him your digits, bro. Like he's trying to get into the DMs, bro. Hey, those compliments. See if it were me. I would have been.
We'll go share percentage. If they get DM from people like this now, you need to speak to me about what's going on.
Okay. Well, now we're getting too focused on the king. Let's get focused on the person next to the king. Please.
One and only. Get ready.
Hi guys, it's the one and only Cruise Nation, and I'm so excited, so ecstatic to be on COD, Chat Over Drinks, with the beautiful hosts, Pendo, and the handsome host, Jael, and my co-guest, Dele. I'm into real estate and event promotion. Hit me up for anything you need. Let's go.
Ooh, lovely. Yo, that intro, the vibes, perfect. Now to top it all off, please, I'm seeing like these different colors on the table. They're very, very interesting. What is everyone drinking? Please, Cruz, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking mango juice.
Mango juice?
Yes, I am. No alcohol for me today.
Okay. What are you on a cleanse, a detox? No. Okay. We'll discuss that later. Please, Your Majesty, Your Highness. Grace us, please. What are you drinking?
For me, it's just the passion fruit and mango drink, really. So, pretty simple.
That's a nice combination, don't you?
The way people talk about their drink, my own Conde plain. Look, well, I Nutri-C. I'm having orange juice, so not with Nutri-C.
Dang. Now I feel like the only bad influence. I have your mango passion drink and the ice cubes, and this part that you see floating on top is a little bit of this Jägermeister thing, but don't tell anybody, just a little bit.
And just so you know why we told you about the drinks is so you get the context, right? Chatter over drinks.
Don't say we had no drinks, so it's just CO. Like, it wouldn't make sense, right? Don't say that. Okay. So, as we're sipping our drinks, we're here to discuss some very serious matters at hand. I know that in the previous season, we had some laughs. We were talking about some fetishes. We're talking about life on the island of Cyprus. You guys watched those episodes, right? If you come on this show and you have not watched the episode, I'm going to beat your ass. Did you?
Bro,
Did you?
talk true. Talk
Did
true.
you? Okay. We
Which
don't
one
invite
did you
people
watch?
that don't watch the episode. So, like...
The one with the fetishes like she mentioned. The one with some other guests as well, like Dile as well. Yeah, so a couple of them.
Okay. Appreciate the fan base. Today, we're getting into some serious topics. This is not a laughing matter. It's something that is very rampant in our community, a problem that affects everybody, every gender, whatever gender you identify as. It does affect you. So today our topic is rape and abuse, rape and sexual abuse. I would start off by asking the general public, the people around me right here, what is rape and abuse? Do you know? What is rape, to be specific?
For me, I would guess it would be relative to different people, but I'd say personally, I believe rape would be a situation where there is an abuse of power over another person in this case, a sexual context, and that creates a domination over the weaker person in the situation to basically offend that person or stamp on their rights.
Okay, that's very specific. Yeah, that's deep. That's a deep explanation. What would you say rape and sexual abuse is?
I'll say rape, in a layman's understanding, is taking advantage of someone sexually without their consent. Basically, yeah.
On the nose, straight to the point, right? Joel, what do you think?
Well, like she said, it's a deep topic. It's a very deep topic. So I'm just going to say this for people who are out there. Most times people don't get platforms to talk about things like this. They don't get the opportunity to even say things like this. So if you're watching this, would like you to just be involved. Say what you think as well. Just as we're sharing our ideas, say what you think right there. Put your comments in. Tell us what you feel. Tell us the experiences you may have had. But then, rape is like they've said, taking advantage of somebody sexually, since that's the context, without their consent. That's just what it is. So you go club, she might tell you, say, leave me, no one leave him, you don't rape him. You don't rape him, brother.
Yeah.
The same way, guy man, they tell you, say, how far? No, they touch me like that. You won't come, they touch them. Before we know what's going on, things done this up, and you don't rape him, brother. I just want you to keep it like that in your head. No consent, you don't rape him.
Okay, so from the general information that we've gotten, we can all conclude that rape is a non-consensual act, basically, yeah, of forcing sexual intercourse or sexual advances to somebody. This does not matter the gender. Rape is not just a man raping a woman or a woman raping a man or a man raping a man or a woman raping a woman. Rape is basically a human being forcing sexual intercourse or sexual interactions on someone else. The forcing part is the part that removes the consent, right? So, do we also know what consent is? You know what consent is? You don't look too sure. Why don't you look sure? You should know.
Actually.
Okay, so tell us, what is consent?
Consent is basically verbal or even by or let me put it like this, a clear communication that you are willing to participate in whatever situation, be it sexual, non-sexual, to other people, so that there is a clear passage to that person that is understandable as well, that you are willing to participate in that situation.
I feel like this guy gets A's on all his school papers. See, that was
King
eloquent.
Solomon now, you don't know the matter.
Like that King Solomon. He said, it's the very demure, very cutesy.
I go send the email concerning this.
I told you should give him your number. I knew it was going to get to this. I knew. We are gay on this set.
She did suggest she's gay, not me.
I'm not going to deny it. I'm not homophobic. I'm gay. Okay, so next. What is your definition of consent?
Consent, also again in a layman's understanding, is asking for permission before you do anything, basically. Yeah, that's what I say.
Makes sense. And so the rape and sexual abuse would be going against that consent, right? And it can go against it in many different ways. That's why there are many different types of sexual abuse. So, for example, what would we say are the types or just like different variations and methods of this sexual abuse? You know, because some people, they're in relationships and they don't even know that they're being abused, you know?
True.
They don't understand that their concept of consent is being violated. They don't understand that they're not supposed to feel a certain way, you know? So what are these types of abuse?
I think
Do you
like
think? Yeah.
coercion. Because like that's most common in relationships. Just because we're together doesn't mean I have to do everything you want me to do.
That is very true.
My
That is
opinion
very
matters,
true.
yours matters. We should come to me to ground. So coercion is the most common type of like
Yeah.
abuse that happens.
true.
Because like an abuse of power, because like you just assume we're together. If I say something, you have to do it. That kind of thing. It's very common.
Some kind of power play, which is also the whole concept of rape. Because literally when someone rapes someone else, it's always someone that they consider to be weaker than them. That they consider they have an advantage on them, you know? That's why we have like some vulnerable groups, such as women and children. Not to say that men also do not get raped. Men do experience sexual abuse and rape. But we have some vulnerable groups like women and children that are more, you know, susceptible to those things because more people in society think they have power over women and children, right? So what about some other types of sexual abuse? Solomon, do you know?
Before we also get to that, I wanted to also point or create like a question mark though, if that's okay.
Of course.
With your definition of coercion, or where do you draw the line between asking your partner for certain things that you want in that relationship or in that situation and them feeling like they are being coerced into doing that or doing whatever that is?
Lovely.
I would say that since you said with my definition, yeah?
Yeah.
So at the moment currently, I'm in a relationship. You understand me? And there is one thing I've been brought up with. Always ask for permission for certain things. We could just be out on a date and I would want to do something. I wouldn't just do it or assume. I would ask, babe, is this okay? Can I do this? That's even on a date. That's my day-to-day life, talk less of in the sexual aspect. So that's like my definition of coercion. Because like coercion will come in different ways. It's not only sexual. You understand me? You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
okay, your babe does not want to go out with you, for example, to the club, or she doesn't feel like that. Babe, what's up now? Let's go now. Do you want to embarrass me in front of my friends? That kind of thing. That is coercion.
Yeah.
Or most people they'll say it's manipulation, but it's still coercion. Because like
Yeah.
last, your babe will still say, "Man, okay, babe, I'll get dressed first."
Coercion is a form of manipulation.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So, that's also like my own definition.
And there's a view to that I think most people, especially married people, miss. The marriage, the relationship itself, I like to think, I always say this to anybody I'm with or people I talk to. Your sexual relationship is here. The agreement to be in a relationship is here. They are two different things.
Indeed.
The fact that when two individuals come together, they have their different creeds with their people and their fetishes, their kinks, things where their head plenty. So you're meeting somebody, you could bring it up in conversations, talk about it before time. You want to do something, use your head, bring it up, so the person knows what to expect from you. You get, especially sexually, because these are things that when you look at some marriages, it's either the women are feeling, this is very important to the women are feeling probably unsatisfied, or you see a situation where the man is feeling like he has the right to tell the woman any form of sexual practice he wants to do. Some of them feel like role play, and the woman no like him. You just want her to do it. You get, just because you are the guy and now you are married, because I really want to point out that aspect of marriage. I do not like to see men say, but I've paid. You dey kolo?
Yeah.
Which one is you have paid? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, actually, that is also one of the types of rape that exist, marital rape. And it's actually something that it happens a lot, and there's not a lot of data recorded on it, because a lot of countries as well do not consider it as rape. A lot of people within the marriage don't consider it as rape. It's just like, fine, you're feeling uncomfortable. Your man said, like, your husband said, oh no, I'm feeling freaky today. You're telling him, like, I'm not feeling like it. And he's like, no, you don't love me or something. Or, as you said, he's like, no, I already paid this money for you, bride price or dowry, I already paid this much money, and now you don't want to give me. It's like, why don't you want to give me? And it's like, the moment you see how the consent works and where it goes from consensual sex to rape is when it's like the other person is clearly not into it. You feel me? Whether some people will say, oh no, but she didn't say no. Yeah, but you put her in a situation where she feels like she has to say yes. And that's not a yes. Like, if she's not screaming, yes, please, give it, then it's not there. No, we're laughing, but like, yeah, like if the one person is not enjoying themselves, immediately it's already something. How do you feel comfortable when the other person is not enjoying what is supposed to be enjoyed by two people? Exactly. So marital rape. And actually, have you guys heard about this case that's going on right now in France, where there was this woman that was being raped by her husband, and her husband was paying men while she's drugging the wife to pass out, so she's unconscious, and he was paying men to come into their house and rape her. Do you know that there were
the husband
over 50
was paying men
yes,
to come rape the...
Yes. And she wouldn't know. She only found out, like, wait, how did she find out? She saw the tapes, and he was recording them.
Oh, God, the guys catch them and kick him balls 70 times.
Yeah, the
what
trial
the heck?
is literally ongoing right now. You can literally look it up. Her name is Giselle. You could search, like, Giselle rape case France, and you just find it out. He paid over 50 men to do it. Over the span of how many years? Like, it was going on for years that they're finding out now.
Since she was like,
mentally, I'm stressed.
Yeah, since she was like 30 and now she's 50. Can you see that? Like, and of course, there are some countries that will say like, oh no, because you guys were married, it doesn't count. But literally, you drugged her and you invited other men to violate her. And that's really messed up.
I think thinking about this now, I would like to wonder, because I've always thought about it. There's this crazy event that happened years ago. I was in a different state. If you know Nigeria properly, you know that you're Nigerian, right? You're also Nigerian. So Delta State is close to Edo State. My sister was schooling in Edo State. I was back in Delta. She calls me up one night, and she's been telling me about this guy that she's friends with. She likes the boy. She feels like they will vibe. But my sister is not one to hop into a relationship. She doesn't like the idea of relationships like that, because she feels like men quickly forget and then abuse power. That's always been her. If you see her, she's so manly. So now she tells me about the guy. I was excited. I was like, just say yes to the boy now. I was looking forward to the relationship, but she begins to say things like, the guy is crossing lines. She's not too sure about him because he's always sexual. The day we bust my head, this girl calls me up, says she thinks the guy is high or something because he locked the door and then he's not allowing her to go outside. So I asked her to just quietly go to the bathroom, lock the door, tell him you're sick or something, I'm coming. This is about 1 hour drive. Man, I was praying in my heart that this boy doesn't do anything crazy. But it got to a point she was calling severally. By the time I had gotten there, according to her, the guy was already banging on the door, trying to break it down, like, why are you making it seem like I'm forcing myself on you or stuff like that? Open the door. And by the time I arrived, bro, I lost my cool. This is why anytime you talk about rape and things like this, it's very serious for me because I hate the idea. Plus, I had very bad stories growing up as a person, experiences that, they are deep. Now, therapists are going to talk to about this kind of thing. So here's the crazy thing. I always wondered, please, waiting make person, like, how does a person get to the point where they feel like they can rape somebody? What do you think would cause it? Because it's a question, I'm just throwing it open because I don't understand. How do you get confident to the point where you feel like you can rape somebody?
Some people, I feel like some people... Okay, let me use an example. There is this Lyle Menendez and Eric Menendez who were sexually abused by their father, Jose Menendez, I think, yeah. That's their surname. He liked to rape his sons because he enjoyed feeling power over them. He started raping them from 6 years, the both of them. He waited till they were 6 years, respectively. They are not twins. One is older than the other. When the first one was 6, he started the abuse. When the second one was 6, he started. He enjoyed having power over them, watching them do every single thing he tells them to do. Down to, you must study this, you must eat this, that kind of thing. I feel like the people who rape or abuse are sociopaths and mentally deranged, and they just have this weird, most of them enjoy having that sense of when they have power over someone, it just turns them on, like, there go stand if he's a guy.
It's like a power play, you know.
My brain is stressed.
It's like extreme BDSM. By the way, this is actually an ongoing case right now as well. It's famous. They're from the US, you know, the Menendez brothers trial. It's literally going on right now. So, like, man. But, so, like, with this topic, do you guys also have, like, other experiences? Do you know people that have been sexually abused or sexually harassed? I mean, I know personally, not to bring up the gender thing, but, like, as a woman, we've already experienced sexual harassment since a very young age. Literally, I remember, like, being, like, 8, and my mom just tells me, like, you know, there are some uncles, there are some people you pass on the street, just don't be too comfortable. If they offer you anything, say no, don't talk to them, come straight home. You know, we already have this training, you know, as a woman, just like, be safe, men are dangerous, they'll do bad things to you, right? But apart from that, have we actually had any personal experiences or just people close to us or anything? Because I can say, for example, for my own, I have a cousin who committed, like, it's not rape, but it was sexual abuse against one of my younger cousins. So he was trusted with the care of this young girl. And, you know, like, it's just supposed to be like that. She's young. She's like 1 year old. She was 1 at the time, like between 1 and 2. And he is older than me. You feel me? At the time when this was happening, I think he was like 22, 23, I think, but early 20s. And you're being trusted with the care of your younger cousin. Of course, you know, no one will think you're going to do anything, right? It's like, yeah, go give her a bath. Because she's a baby, she needs to bath, people are busy, go give her a bath. And he was apparently continuously molesting her, right? He was continuously molesting her. And my grandma found out by, like, one day she was the one that was giving my baby cousin a shower and was like, something looks off. Like, what's going on? What is this? You know, why does she look weird, you know, like down there? Then questions were asked, investigations, and they found out that that's what he was doing. And it was really messed up. I literally have not forgiven that guy to this day. Literally, like, if I catch that guy, see, I haven't seen him since. But if...
It's really cold.
Let me not get too deep into it because it's raising my blood pressure. It's making me agitated. Like a child, a grown-up. Very... anyways. Yeah, so I'm very sure everyone knows a certain story about someone else or themselves. People know stuff, especially like on this island, in Cyprus, right?
I swear.
They get stories,
I think
they get stories.
That's the real table. Cyprus. Now this one they pay me. This is the real table. And I think everybody knows it. It's just something that people don't talk about so much. And if this is the best we can do to use platforms like this to speak about it, we will. And if you're watching and you've had experiences like this, please give us a DM. Try your best. Reach out. We'll talk about it. Because it's too much. I've worked with Turkish people. And even if I'm not going to be, because it's not their country now, I'm not going to be foolish enough to mention names, but I can tell you 100%. The attitude of, I don't mean just the way they look at women. For me, sometimes I feel like bashing their head.
Not just women.
Even men.
Guys who tell me they did auto stop all the way from Goyende down to Nearest, and in the same car, the guys were trying to touch his dick, his balls.
Can you imagine?
Wait, in this same
them,
country?
He blew them and jumped out of a moving car. I can't mention his name for his safety.
Can you imagine?
And jumped out of the moving car.
And no way to report things like this.
Before that experience, he was like, okay, like he's not homophobic or anything. Like, do whatever you want to do. Everybody lives according to their own. But after the experience, if you're a gay man and you're just
of course,
he's traumatized.
Of course,
he's traumatized already.
He's traumatized.
Like people making it not a safe space for other people in different communities is what is very annoying. And the fact that this is first time experiencing something like that, and it's in a foreign country, and because of that, he has changed his own mentality that everybody that is gay, they are going to fire. You're just a very disgusting person. Everything we try our best. Like he said, okay, the girls and the bisexual girls, lesbians, okay, it's fine. The bi boys, okay, but those gay men, he hates them, that kind of thing. Because of that,
but the problem is not being gay. You know, the problem is the person was a rapist.
It's the experience for the guy.
Yeah, but I get it. Yeah, of course.
But you get the point now, because if you think about it properly now, a guy has been cool with things like this. Next thing, he comes to a different country. Emphasis on what she said. Make your area a safe space for people. That's why we're making here very safe for anybody to speak. Text, send a DM or something. Because the extent to harassment, you go see taxi guy. Your taxi guy is just driving, sees anybody along, wala, blowing on the horn. Bro, what is your problem? For even children. For young children, you see them, this one growing, bro. And I'm just looking at you like...
Wait, what do you mean this one growing?
Do you know the irritating part? Even the one where they grow grey and old. You feel count hair where they head. Don't old. Old men, you see their attitude. And think about it now. If everybody... There's something sad she just said. The guy said, I'm quite cool with the girls, but the guys, which will lead me to a very deep matter. Why be say with guys? Rape issue, they are like the people, we are like, everybody looks at guys and women are never safe around guys. Even guys can tell, you can't leave your sister with some kind of guys, you go to fear. So with guys, why is it that, what do you think is the problem with the guys? What do you think the problem is?
Personally, I tried to, because like learning criminal law and everything, I tried to also think or try to think from the perspective of these people sometimes, because I was so mind-boggled as to why things like this would be so common or even happen in the first place. And I came to find out that in different like situations or with different people, the cause is different, but ultimately the baseline that was common to all was a feeling or that belief that what isn't yours you can still have. And I don't know where that sense of entitlement always comes from. Sometimes it's from the money, sometimes it's from just physical power, sometimes it's a sense of sexual urge that you seem to not be able to control. And all of those, now this is me even speaking to men out there, are never excuses. Like, this shouldn't be a reason why. And when you get to that point where there is clearly a disparity between you and the other person in whatever situation that you are, you need to pause for a second and be like, I don't need to continue this. This person is not on the same page. I don't need to be moving on or moving forward in this situation because it's already clearly turning into something else. And in whatever situation, another common factor was that these guys or these men could always tell the point where it had crossed that line.
Yes.
So it's like you're thinking by yourself, but it's like, why do you just have to continue? And it's sad, but ultimately, in the world that we live in, there will just be those people, but we have to do our best to not be one of them.
I think, like Owen said, like the idea, because we have the money.
There was a meme. It's a meme, yeah, but it still made sense. I saw it said, just because you like a girl doesn't mean she will like you. As a woman, so just because you like a guy doesn't mean he will like you. Stop bothering their life. It's a meme, yeah, people are laughing about it, but more psychological thinking people, when it comes to like stating things that has happened to them, how this guy was pestering them, or how this girl kept pestering them after he said, no, I don't want to have a relationship, I'm stable, I'm okay. Girl kept pestering him, sending things to his house, he's stressing his girlfriend, the guy kept threatening this girl, everything like that, sending boys to always talk and everything like that. Like, that's also like a form of abuse of power.
Yeah.
Just because you have the money to pay boys to be stalking somebody doesn't mean...
Yeah, that's actually
if they do it to your daughter, will
stalking.
you like it? If they did it to your son, will you like it? Like,
No,
people
trust
should
me,
think
that's how you know all of these people understand the concept of consent. But they're just, because they know they wouldn't like it done to them. They know if a guy did it to them or someone did it to them, they wouldn't like it. But it's like, when it reaches somewhere, I don't understand. So we need to get the line and, go on a perfect place. Shout out to our amazing sponsors that made this beautiful set possible. SFX, money transferring platform that has allowed me and many other African diaspora in Cyprus and Turkey to send money back home and receive money from Africa. Very, really easy by the tap of a button on your phone, right?
Exactly. Just tap now. The moment we're saying this and you're hearing it, tap your phone right now. We'll show you their social media handles. Hop on there. You just click on the link. It's not an app yet, just in case you're expecting it to be an app. It's not an app yet, but it's fully functional right now. The app will soon be out, but on their website, you'd see the directions. You can follow the directions there. It's so simple. And how much do we even pay here in Cyprus to open banks?
To open an account right now, it's like $300 to $500, which is crazy. SFX has some of the lowest charges available. You don't have to go to a bank, wait in line, all of that. Just get on the platform, link your card, send the link to your mom, your dad, your uncle. If also you would like to invest with them and work with them, they're very good to work with them. Very efficient, very smart strategy, amazing application. Soon to be application, but please, SFX. Amazing.
I know you heard card now and you'd be thinking of security. Trust me, it's very secure. Very, very secure, 100%. You can try it out, you see.
So, now, back to the set that's being sponsored by SFX. Back to our people right here. What do we think about some risky behaviors that are also largely involved in rape and sexual abuse? Because there are a lot of victims that have been under the influence or practice a lot of risky behaviors, such as, you can be promiscuous. That means you already have sex with people, not a virgin, or you like to have sex with whoever you like, your body is your property, you can do whatever with it. There's some people that like to take substances, whether it's alcohol or other drugs. It's up to you. But when you're under the influence, we know that consent becomes blurry. You cannot get consent from someone who is under the influence.
True.
So, of course, when you're under the influence as well, you know, there are some people that are like, oh, no, you know, like after I drink, I like to get freaky. You know, like I go to the club and I'm feeling a little freaky. I might go home with somebody tonight. How do we navigate those blurred lines? Because I've heard so many fucking idiots on this world that are just like, oh no, because she was drunk, she was asking for it. Because she was dressed like this, she was asking for it. It's her fault. What do we think? Is it actually their fault? Like, I'm sorry, I'd like to wear a mini dress in the club because I think I'm a baddie. That doesn't mean I want you to come and penetrate me. Like, what do we think about that?
Very honestly, before I would dive deep into this, I would like to create context, because just in case she don't blow grammar and some people will want escape this topic, will want talk now. You want
Sorry about the
excuse yourself.
English.
Say you know hear everything she talk. This is exactly what she's saying. Let's create context, right? So I'm coming down from my stairs on the elevator. I get to the ground floor. 2 girls, highly drunk. They're higher than the most high. Trust me. They were very high. They were just leaning on each other, staggering, helping themselves to stand up and fall again, stand up. At that point, I looked at them and many things ran through my mind. And by this, I mean, I pitied them. I wanted to help them up. But first, I'm thinking, I feel help this one and make person see situation. Say, something don't stop. So I'm like, okay, deal with yourself. Anyhow that you got here, the Lord is with you. You will still help yourself back to your room. But at that moment, I'm thinking, what if these girls ran into people like Jeffrey Dahmer? What if you ran into a wacko?
Even though Jeffrey Dahmer, like, he was gay, right?
Just in case that.
But
that,
still the same way. It could have been some guys that were
exactly
drunk, right? Like, same thing, but yeah.
But the point is, what if? The what ifs, that's what we want to talk about now. The what ifs. Because you escape today, escape tomorrow. The people who ran into rape situations could have escaped. We're not talking about those who just experienced it at a younger age. You could have done some, you were flirtatious with some guys, you escaped it the first time. Probably you've been messing around, you go to clubs. Okay, that's another scenario. You enter clubs now, right here in Cyprus. There's a story with this club situation that I really want to hear from her, because I heard something about it, but I'd like her to say, because I feel like you were there, right?
Also, guys, based on what he said, he's not victim blaming you. He's not saying you shouldn't go out and have fun. Because from what he said, some people, just because they don't want to listen to what he's saying, will just pick out that and say,
exactly.
He's not victim blaming. He's a guy, a very calm and nice guy. He's not victim blaming anybody. To anyone, take that what he said, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Thank you.
Based on the experience in Cyprus, this island to me is Jeffrey Epstein's island, part 2.
The place where people come to get away with crime, honestly.
Yeah. This island is basically that to me. And like somebody wondering, why are you saying that? I've been in South for 4 freaking years. So it's not like I see every year. Some people have been here 20 years, 10 years, but my 4 years I've been here hasn't been a joke. There are some things I'm going to say on this platform. I urge you all, do not judge me. Do not come to my DMs. Do not ask about it. Just watch. Simple. Just be quiet. I've been sexually harassed on this island. You're wondering how I stored that kind of thing. I've been raped twice on this island. I've been coerced on this island.
Wow.
I've been forced into situations to do things that I didn't want to do on this island. One, because that time I was vulnerable, I was new. I didn't really know anybody. When you're a new student, you won't enter. You want the gallant, you guys they talk to people, that kind of thing now. Make you know people, that kind of thing. So, and also I was very, very young when I was here. Not stating the age, but I was very, very young when I was here. So I wasn't really psychologically and emotionally mature. That's the key point. There are a lot of new students at the moment on the island. You get. I urge you guys to watch this whole thing and grasp. Before I say things that have been happening on this island, I have some pointers, like advice. As a lady, and as a guy. I know when people see that as a guy, you swipe. I take or beg, you no swipe. This will help you. You go somewhere, don't go somewhere alone. Be there with someone that you trust. Do you understand? The keyword trust.
Very important.
Trust. You could go with your brother. I didn't say you trust your brother. Brother if you see woman when you like, you go just
Don't
forget
leave
say
that
day
one.
club or don't let my sister do it right. This girl she fine. One knock that kind of thing. Trust is different. You can trust your family, but trust in that aspect that when you go somewhere, like you carry a drink, you can drop it to this person. You're not getting spiked.
Yeah.
Be with someone that you can trust in a club. That's one. 2, know your limit of alcohol. I say it again, know your limit of alcohol. Know it. Because if you don't know your limit, you will go to club, you will cast. You will be embarrassed, you will be harassed, abused, used like you're a tool. Like you're a piece of trash. To know your limit, I would advise you, if you want to be drinking, go to a market, buy alcohol, stay in your house, drink it. Check with your senses. What is your limit? Simple. That will help you in future to avoid getting harassed. 2, you're a guy, you're a slim petite guy, you get, because like guys also get very harassed here. There are lots of men that pose as straight men, but behind the covers, they rape twinks. Twinks is the definition of feminine gay men. They rape them, do things with them, unspeakable things. Learn skills, defensive skills. You can say, oh, I don't have money. Go to YouTube. There are easy skills you can learn there.
Learn them in your house.
In your house, learn skills. A guy as a lady, as a guy, or date them, whatever you identify as, learn skills to protect yourself. That is 3 or 4. I'm not very sure. That's that. Also, your friends are telling you, let's go out for a party, let's go out for a party. Ask them these key questions. What is the party about? Where is the location? Have you been to that location before? Explain the environment. If your spirit is telling you it's not a serene environment, don't go. Don't be coerced by your friends that, they want to sly us now, this is not nice now, I'll be planning this thing. For your safety and to avoid justice or stories that touches the hearts, to be very honest, ask those questions to your friends. Because, they're your friends, they won't know that this will happen, but
True.
You don't know what will happen. You can just be with your friends, okay, leave them at dance for sugar and she go to the toilet. Next thing you know, you're being manhandled, harassed in the toilet. Toilet that is for different genders, but you're seeing a man inside the toilet there. Why is he there? Men have been in toilets before and they faked that they were drunk, but they were not drunk. They used to take advantage of people. That's that. Now, to speak about the things that has been happening in this island. The harassment, the assault, the catcalling, the coercion, the different set of disgusting, demonic things that have been going on in this island, it has reached its peak. I do PR, promotion of events, and I'm blessed enough to have viewers on my Snapchat. My platform is actually quite growing there. So I did PR for different events. And I went for an event. Tell me why in that event, there's security everywhere. Over like 50 security.
50?
Yeah, bouncers and stuff. It was a big location. I'm not staying in this place, you get what I'm saying? I'm doing PR, you get, and I'm also like coordinating the backstage and all that thing. Mm-hmm. Why in the hell am I the one that is observing things and you as a bouncer, security, you're not doing your freaking job? What are you getting paid for? You're seeing somebody is drunk, they're passing out, they're being like, forced to dance, all these things, and you are not, your head is not correct, it's not teaching that
a
you're
lot
supposed
of
to do
them
something.
I feel like a lot of them are trained on like with bouncers in the club or parties or something. It's mostly like when stuff starts getting violent, fights and stuff. But they don't give a fuck about like if someone's getting sexually harassed.
It's only just male bouncers. At least I've been opportunity enough to go to clubs that have male bouncers that care. Like in Maguza here, there's a club I went recently for a show. Excuse me. The bouncer was very concerned, like, a white guy, very buff guy, like asking different guys, are you okay? I felt so touched.
Oh,
like,
that's very
rare.
rare.
His job is to stand outside.
Yeah.
Once he's outside, any girl that comes out, he's ensuring she's safe.
and he's being with her, till you give proof that you came with this person, he's not letting you near that girl.
Whoa.
That's how serious he was.
That's actually amazing. That's a really good bouncer.
I don't know what happened for him to be able to do that, but kudos to him. That's actually
For real.
very nice.
Because most of them are more concerned by kicking out the
Yeah,
drunk people.
they'll just
Like
drag
you're
them
drunk,
out.
they just
Come
on, go your house.
That kind of thing, yeah. That kind of thing. So aside from that, like in the event they were getting harassed and all that, like also like because like okay, there was another event that happened, yeah, I was there. I was with people that I didn't come with, but they know me. So like it was the first time at the event, it was the occurring event, it happens weekly, monthly, that kind of thing. It's standard. So I was like, okay, no problem. You guys can chill with me. Like, I didn't really come with anybody. I'm just here with just one person. And he was like chilling with the girl that he knows. So I'm basically like just sightseeing, chilling on my own. So like, okay, yeah, cruise. What's up? Just tell us about the event and everything. So like, they kind of stuck with me throughout the night. Like, crossing over to the next night. Because like, we slept over at the venue. There was beds and stuff like that. So, my homegirl, yeah, the girl, she's like chilling on her own, like observing the whole event, checking everything out. And there was a guy that was consistently pestering her. Like, not even like calm pestering, like, permit me to use you for an example. Like, she's standing, mind you, she's short. She's standing and he's like touching her back and like, hi, how are you doing? She said, bro, chill, I don't want. Mind you, she said, I have a boyfriend, I'm not interested. Respectfully declined first. Decline second, decline third, decline fourth, fifth time. Unluckily for him, I was near her because it was like all those like crossover parties, all these long parties. Unluckily for him, I was near her. I was there. I was not like, Sheya, what's going on? As in like, your head
Are
is
you
not
mad?
correct. Did
Exactly.
you not understand? No. Abi does not mean no. He was not like, what do I want to do? I took off all my rings, dropped it on the table with every jewelry because. Well, so I not say, his nail is the ring that caused trauma to the brain or anything. Know that it is my hand that caused the trauma to the brain. At least make your brain reset small. She'll get, you understand? So, and I took it off. And there's something I always told my group of friends. They later came that night. I didn't know that they were going to be there. So, like, when I saw them, it was actually nice. But, like, at that point, they were not really around. There's something I really told my group of friends. I don't fight. I am not violent. I'm violent it was maybe because I'm in Nigeria, I get that. If you just insult you or if you cry, that kind of thing. But I don't hit you. I wasn't brought up to hit people. I only defend when it needs to be. It's like a tiger that is a house pet, but they're programmed
Of course.
to
Yeah.
attack when you see things that are not meant to be happening. So, like, immediately, there was a ruffle everywhere. It's like, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bouncers held me. I pushed all of them away from me. I don't, like, you get that type thing, you're not seeing clear, you're seeing red, like, what is your problem? She was saying, let's fight. Okay, forget the breast I have. I get sense past you. I get skills past you. You're just a fat, pot-bellied baboon man, basically. So, what do you want to do? Do you get what I'm saying? And, like, the 6 of them removed me. They couldn't remove me. It was my friends that had to not drag me, because I told them I don't fight. So if you ever see me, just like something serious, remove it from the place. Because I don't know what I will do to the person. I'm in seeing red at that moment. So they dragged me away. So apparently the same pot-belly bastard, like saying things like, it's not what happened though, this and that, like it was just spreading shit that. That's not what happened that, I be baba for the girls. I don't want to share girl with them. This and that. Like, bro, what the hell? Do I you looking for it? So that I ping to you. At the dispatch girls. Okay, aside from that, even if I used to like do that, I was like, as a man, you gallant, you're over 30, you know sabi toast babe. How you want marry?
Actually.
Exactly.
The experience man coordinates babe for you. You're not even there embarrassed at your age. What the hell? What's the meaning of that?
Bruh.
Like, it was not like, this one, that one. I was like, that one no concern me story you're sharing. Fun fact, I don't even know how it even looks like till date. But he knows how I look like. And like, I was hearing that, it's funny for me. The man mounts, how the guy here, like, some person was like, the Aye. I don't know what's Aye. I think it's cult related. I was like, that one no concern me, or cult, no cult.
Bruh,
What you did is not
like-
nice. Even in your cult, there are guys that have siblings, cousins, sisters. If you reason at that thing, their head will even correct and be like, you self, you never even try. That kind of thing. That's that one. And also, like, the thing of having after parties in this island, it needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Why
Because
not?
like, let me learn. Because I'm having after parties in a secluded location that you know that there's no cameras, there's no security at that time. And after party is a party that happens after a main party.
True.
A main party ends 4-5. Which bouncer is working by that time? And after party also happens in a different location that won't have security, won't have
Yeah.
and people are being brought from a main party. Girls, guys are being brought from a main party. They're drunk. They're not in their right senses.
Yes,
You know what I'm trying to say? Having after parties in locations that are secluded, or like you're carrying different girls, you're carrying feminine boys. Because like I said before, there are a lot of men that pose as straight here, but they are freaking gay as hell. They are married back home in Nigeria with kids that are doing disgusting ass shit, raping men here and different things like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That needs to stop. You're a girl, you're a guy. You're here, an after party just cause the alcohol and thing. You're saying, ooh, let's go. Like that. You just say, let's go. And because you have said your let's go, maybe they might even have recording of you saying it. So if anything happens, they'll be like, be able to defend themselves that, no, you're the one that said, let's go to the place. So, and you were drunk, that kind of thing. It needs to stop, actually. Like being like, guy, maybe carry this one now. We don't chop her. Maybe just carry her again. Maybe chop her again to that location. There are code words that guys use here. You hear it there. That location now. Yeah, that location. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like villas that they own, or they like have standard
At least they know
relationship
probably
with the
exactly,
landlord.
yeah.
They have standard relationship with landlord, so they just tell landlord, they'll drop the key for them in the villa. They can have the villa. When they are done, they pay. That kind of thing. That's why I said this island is dirty. Epstein Part 2.
Damn.
And everything I'm saying, I can back it up with proof. In case anybody's like, this one. When the proof is much, I will carry it to the correct authorities. Finish. That's what I'm going to say. Halas.
This
Understand me?
is crazy. Like, I had to take my time to listen to her because there are key things I need you guys to. This is coming from at least a trusted source. Nashi the plan party, you will like party. I went out with my director. All of us, we went out for a party, and I just threw in something. I said, "We they prepare for party." The owner of the party, when I saw him, I was embarrassed. Now we they prepare for party, dress heaven and earth. The guy was just wearing short nigga polo and one funny. I don't even know if it was flops or whatever. But when I saw the guy, I was like, "We prepare passports, we get the club." But here's the thing now. You're somebody when they plan the party, they tell you have to be careful about after parties. I picked that point because I always say this to girls. Remember, it's not like we are being rape apologists or trying to give an excuse. That's why we try to reverse the situation by saying we've spoken of the guys who do these things. Like we've spoken about people who do these kind of things. But we are trying to put you on the spot for you to think like them. He said something as a lawyer. He said, when you want to think about cases, you also try to put yourself in this guy's shoes so that you can figure out the best scenario for it, right? So here's the thing. We're putting you on the spot so you know the things to look out for. You're going to the club or you're going for a party, an after party. The guy is there. How does a guy spend so much money and there's no theme to the party, really? There's no real topic. I don't know if you get me. There's nothing being celebrated really. They just want to have girls twirl around, and you are excited to show up. My problem is I'm not selecting for you. But if you're going somewhere like that, you expect everything. Now you as a lawyer, because I'd like you to share a little bit of insight with this. Consent can be. If matter get as is strong, as a good lawyer, I can coin out consent from moves you had made that actually suggest you are agreeing to something.
They have this thing called MNDA. It's like a sleeping/high pill. I've received DMs of girls who said their drinks got spiked. They noticed it. They were acting ways that they've never acted before.
Wow.
Yeah. So those type of and they are untraceable in your drink.
Damn.
So those type of things now, if that person has a lawyer that is defending them, how do they even
find?
How would they find the untraceable things? It has been going around in circulation long before my time. I've received incidents that girls say, my drinks got spiked. I didn't know what happened. If not that my boyfriend was there or my brother saw that somebody did something, I wouldn't have known.
Just imagine.
I've never in my whole life
maybe because I watch Nollywood movies, I've never had a drunk and left club in party.
True.
I throw it out. I don't care if the drink is 1,000 fucking tea. I'm throwing it. I don't. If I forget to carry my drink with me anywhere I'm going to, if I don't give it with somebody that I trust, my home girls, I am not drinking that drink.
Actually, that's also that one thing that my mom literally told me when I was telling her that, okay, I want to go out to like parties or something. From a young age, even if I said I was just going to a birthday party, she literally just told me, okay, when you have a drink, even if by that time I wasn't drinking alcohol, and she's like, it doesn't matter what you're drinking, even if it's water, you have it. See, it's like you pick it like this, you keep it with you, always hold your drink. The moment you put it down and you look away from it, that's
Just don't
not
drink
your
it.
drink anymore.
True.
Literally, it doesn't matter how much you paid for it. You put it down, you looked away. Don't. Because it's so easy to be spiked. There was this lady that was like doing a TikTok with her friends showing like how easy it is to spike people. You've seen it, yeah? Yeah, so she was doing like a social experiment with her friends that like, let me show you how easy it is to be spiked. And she had like Tic Tacs or something. And she would just keep putting them in somewhere, like slipping them into people's drinks without knowing. So like as we're speaking here, I'll just be like, like, let me see this. And I've already slipped like 1, 2, And by the end of the night, everyone was looking at their drinks, and literally you find like one drink had like 5 M&Ms in it. And it's like, that's how easy it is. Literally, someone could just be like, yeah, pass me that phone. Whoop.
Your attention
Just do
span is
this.
not there,
Whoop.
yeah.
Yep.
In the club.
Quickly like that.
Yeah, so like, based on everything that we've said so far, there are just a couple of things that I think everyone needs to remember, or a couple of points that need to be noted. You see, I figured, or I reasoned, that one of the reasons why it is a lot more rampant where men are the aggressors or violators is because we've created a society or a system that goes on year after year, generation after generation, where we are more focused on be careful rather than don't create
Don't do
dangerous
that.
situations.
Exactly.
So I can't tell you how many guys I know that it's obvious, and it's sad to say, but these people were not trained not to behave a certain way. But there are so many women that are trained to be scared or be careful with these kinds of situations or with these kinds of people. And that's sad to say. So to parents, to young people who plan to be parents someday, and to you yourselves going out, doing everything that you need to do, stop creating dangerous situations for people. You would not like it done to your mothers, you would not like it done to your brothers, to whoever it
Forget
is that
about
you
that.
care
You
about.
wouldn't like it being done to you.
Exactly. And then I commend your earlier example and your story as well, because like in law there are different like elements to this whole thing. There is causation, there is act or duty of care, and in that situation, you just feeling like okay, you need to help them and everything is important, and that's a good sign and it's a good aspect for you. But in that situation, you owe these people no duty of care whatsoever. So if anything was to happen to them, you cannot be held liable for not helping them. It's a different thing where you are a fireman who is on duty and you see people in a building that's on fire and you keep on walking. So you can be held liable for whatever happens to those people because you have a duty of care to act in that situation, and violating that duty of act is what would be negligence. So in situations like that, I wouldn't say it is the right thing to do to not help people, but it is the right thing to do to not help people in certain situations, even if it is the right thing to do to help people. So it goes a long way. And honestly, we have to just be careful and stop creating dangerous situations.
Yeah, and don't create safe spaces for abusers. There are lots of people, you see something, speak out. Because as you said, you know some people, a lot of men that have not been conditioned into like how to act, but a lot of girls have been taught. So there are a lot of people where it's like, oh, that your homie said something weird. It's like we're having a conversation, we're talking something, and then it's like, you guys, like fine. You see a pretty lady just walk past you, and you're like, damn, she fine. And then your friend is like, see, that girl, I must, even if she tell me no, I go force her. I go, Bro, if your friend talks shit like that, you gotta be like, hell nah, my nigga, we don't condone that shit. No means no. Even if, no matter how fine she is, your babe says no, it's no. Your babe says no, I got a man, you're like, bet, bye. You're going quickly like that, right? And the fucked up thing is, it's literally not just one. Like, I can count right now, I walk from here, go to my house, how many men I will see, how many men will look at me weird, how many men will try and talk to me. I've had some times where I'm even like coming from your place for a hair appointment, when you used to stay that place, and then I'm walking to my place, and sometimes our appointments run late. That time it was like 1 a.m. or something. I'm leaving, I'm walking to my house, There was this guy. I passed by the market. Okay, so it was before midnight because I know the market closes by midnight, but it was just about to close. So I walk into the market, I'm just browsing. I've got my earphones. I'm like, let me get some, some ciders for myself so I can drink at home before I go to sleep. Tomorrow is another day, Then as I'm walking out, there was this guy there that was also walking out with me, this African guy, like it's a black guy. And I'm like, okay, this guy, whatever. It's just a guy, but usually it's a guy, I'm a girl, I gotta keep my guard. So I literally just remove one earphone. I'm always just like, okay, don't talk to him, don't, whatever, don't do anything that might provoke him to think that you're even interested in a conversation. Just focus. So I'm walking, I'm focusing, he had a bicycle. And he literally just pulls up beside me with his bicycle. And he's like, oh, excuse me, miss. And see the way that he approached me and everything. I was thinking, you know what? See, this guy, even in the market, he was looking kind of lost, like he's new or something. So I thought maybe he's asking for directions, But in my head, I'm also just like, it's 1 a.m. Don't get too comfortable. Go home. But if he's looking for directions, it doesn't hurt to be nice, right? So he said, excuse me, miss. I said, yes. And he's like, oh, sorry, can I talk to you? The moment you're on the road and a guy doesn't get to the point, because if you're looking for help, you'll say, sorry, where is this place? This guy said, sorry, can I talk to you? The moment I heard that, I was like, oh, another guy. He wants to chat me up. He wants to flirt. Obviously, he's going to ask for my number. See, he's like, may I talk to you? I'm like, I literally just said no. But of course, there are also times where you have to gauge time and place, because the way this person looked, he looked kind of non-threatening. So I knew that I could confidently, or at least I felt, I did not actually know, I felt that I could comfortably say, no, don't talk to me. I literally said that. I was like, no, don't talk to me. And then I put my earphone on. And he was like, he literally just got on his bike and rode away. But there are some people that they would also come and chat to me. It's 12 a.m. And they're like, sorry, can I talk to you? I beg. If it's a tall, buff guy that looks like he's got anger issues.
Then you just have to say yes at this point.
You have to be humble. At that point, maybe the most I could have done if I had internet was maybe like I just make a phone call to someone so they can be hearing and understanding. Like you feel me? Or maybe I just pull up my phone and start filming or something just to be like, yo, or maybe go live. I'm like, yo, I'm live. You do something right now, bro, you dead. Also, because otherwise, someone isn't, you have to, from a young age as a woman, literally, I learned to behave yourself. Don't talk too much. Don't be too nice. Because if that guy as well, he could have been asking for directions. I was like, oh, direct me. And then as soon as I'm done directing, some men, you be nice to them and they think that it's flirtation. It's like, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm a decent human being. You ask for directions, I tell you, okay, go here, go here. And then now after you tell him, go here, it's okay, so then now give me your number. I beg. My number concern your directions. Like,
that even,
go to your house.
It reminds me of 2 occasions in Le Mans, the same Le Mans at Kochuka Makri, where I say 2 random strangers. Like, I'm just doing my own thing at checkout, paid for my share and everything, and one girl just randomly walks up to me that, oh, hi, how are you doing now? She didn't even say, oh, hi. She just went straight into a conversation like we knew each other, both of them at the same time, and just came like endearingly close to me, and I surveyed like how she was behaving, and I saw that there was a guy she was trying to avoid. So I don't know why they felt like I was also
that you were non-threatening, you could help them
and everything, and I could help them out of the situation and everything. But I was like, and then there was the one of them that even still continued that coming closer and everything. I had to be like, oh bro, how far? Yeah, she's my baby. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I feel that.
And before he now backed up. And it's like, you don't need things to get to that point. You can visibly tell when a girl is not interested in you.
And for
No,
goodness sake,
obviously they know.
Is it not
Obviously,
even
support the
better
power
when
play.
you're nice and you're cool? Then the girl feels like at least
Exactly.
she can. Because I know they understand. You for still try they nice first.
People are very manipulative.
No, the
Because
thing is,
I don't quite understand
a
again.
lot of women are nice because we're just nice. We're trying to be good people. A lot of men are nice for the advantage of sex.
And
As
this
a
is
woman,
crazy
when a
because it
man
affects
is nice
this-
to me, you
what it they
automatically
take to
think they must want something.
Gain
from
somebody's trust now is difficult. You're talking to a girl, she feels like everything you're saying is a lie. You just
Of
want to
course.
get something. Because people have created this kind of environment. So the point he had made was very, very, and still very valid. Please create safe space, man. Create safe space.
Create safe spaces for
One last
people.
thing, like said, you don't know their build. People have sleeper build.
You could look like you have the tiniest hands ever, but once that person strengthens it, you're seeing muscle. Don't just assume this person if it take more.
True.
Yeah.
Also, be careful around your surroundings. As a guy or as a girl, if you're trying to talk to someone, be careful. You could see the person is slim. They don't have muscle, but if they've strengthened it, you see that there's muscle. For sleeper bait, if you want to have more knowledge, just do hashtag sleeper bait on TikTok. You see what I'm talking about. Just be safe out there,
Yeah.
guys.
Be safe.
My brain, they very crazy, but let's detox. Game frenzy. Let's detox.
Yeah, for
man.
real. Yeah. I mean, our game is also like kind of serious, but game frenzy. What do we actually know about all of the stuff that we're talking about? Do we know the stacks? Do we know all of the exact variables and stuff? Game frenzy. Our game today, we are going to be asking some questions about rape and sexual abuse, and our guests will be, you can give us an estimate, give us an exact answer, but what do you think? For example, like Jill, you got the first question. Like, let's see.
What is consent?
Do we remember or did we forget? In this whole conversation, what is consent?
So, consent in whatever way can be communicated and has to be communicated is simply put, the acceptance to be or in or participate in a certain situation, whether it is sexual or non-sexual.
Yes.
Wait till they try to let you know, bros. We know hear English. Say you want to hold her hand. Ask her, can I hold your hand? Be civil. Do like say get sense.
And some people think that a little bit like consent is too much. Like, no, I gotta ask for anything. Please, let's remember actually in life, consent is actually pretty sexy. Like, imagine you're getting into the moment, you just met, you're getting into something heated, and then they ask you, whisper tenderly into your ear, can I kiss you? Oh my God.
They don't teach. They just touch my guy backstage. I have to move. Man, which one did you hear?
I beg.
Sorry. I didn't mean that. No reason. No go come on camera for my patient.
Please
Ask the
bring
next
back
thing.
chivalry. Bring back being nice and being a gentleman.
But with
Get
that,
consent.
with that though, I noticed that there is a problem because like I would say, or I would like to believe I am somewhat like that, or I like to ask if something is okay before we try it, at least in the early stages when you're getting to know someone, and then you already, as you go on, establish those levels of, or those boundaries where you know, okay, at this point I need to ask again, or at this point I need to ask again, and all. But at the beginning, when you meet somebody, I've spoken to like women who me asking was a problem, and you are telling me I should just do
Not
it.
true.
And I'm like that. It is
That's a
sexy, or
solid
it is
point.
whatever.
That's a problem.
Don't ask me. And
Just
I'm like,
take control. Do
the
what
first
you want.
question I was like, I'm not going to just do anything.
Yeah.
How do I know what your boundaries are, or what level I shouldn't
That's
cross
valid.
first,
That's
or whatever?
valid.
I'm not going to initiate anything with you. I will ask you if it's not comfortable with you. Fine, I'm not going to do anything, and then you will say afterwards, "Oh, I did," or in the moment you stop me from doing something because
Especially
I
if
have
you guys
assumed
didn't talk, yeah.
that you're okay with that. And for me, that just ruins the moment.
True.
Do you understand? Even if it doesn't for you, but for me as well, like I don't
As it
want to
should.
cross your boundary to find out what your boundaries are.
Woo!
This is very solid.
Yo, that's a
This
bar.
is very solid.
I don't
I'll
wanna
quickly say
cross your
this to
boundaries
just
to find
create
out
a
what you're
balance.
talking about.
Now, I am somebody who, I'll use myself as an example. Because of the kind of environment I grew up, I never actually thought I can be abusive verbally. And I'm very authoritative when I speak. I could just be speaking to somebody, and because I've been the one, my dad will make you, like you say, the first son, you would actually feel like the dad of the house. So I just grew up speaking the way I normally would speak, raise my voice at intervals, and then few of my friends would just tell me, do you know you're very abusive? And you have the tendency of being abusive. So I'm speaking to people who feel like if you have the attitude of being like your character cannot be okay with everybody and you cannot know everything. So somebody could just be telling you, touching me like this makes me feel a certain way. Don't forget, some people have gone through a lot of trauma. So you could just shout at somebody, or for this guy now, I'm telling you, I'm trying to seek consent for something, and you don't want to tell me. He could just send a message to him, say this kind of person, he'll be like, yes, you do, and he'll move. So here's the very delicate thing. Please be open to conversations. And I love the way he handled the situation, because he's saying, now you would quickly, because guys will take this as an excuse, they know they agree, talk, wait till they like. Make her understand why you are asking. It's not just asking. Make the person understand why you're asking. If you're going to correct somebody like me who's verbally abusive, call me. My manager will do something. I don't call her manager. She's like my mom, actually. Our producer will always do this, where she feels like she knows me. She knows things I will just lose my cool about. And the way she will handle it, like bring you in and speak to you, it will just send me to a different level of understanding. And pictures I didn't see, no matter how small, I'll just find it. And then you've learned something. So I feel like that's a very important thing to do.
Communication is important, people. Let's not forget. Always communicate, no matter how uncomfortable you feel or whatever reasons you may have. Always be clear on where everybody stands.
And have a safe word.
Oh, yes, safe words are important. But on to that, next question. I've got another question. This is the second question, yeah? How many people report rape in an hour?
Oh, wow.
How many?
Like,
Just take
it's
a
almost
while.
like-
Yes. How many people report rape in an hour?
Due to the fact that most of the victims are scared to come forward, I would say, do you mean worldwide?
Yes, global.
Okay, I would say statistically to myself, probably 200.
Whoa.
Probably, like, since you said worldwide, there are different places in the world.
Yeah.
Or like maybe in Cyprus, maybe just only one person that'll come out. In another country, maybe 10. So to me, I feel like maybe.
Makes
No,
sense.
I think if we're talking on a global scale, worldwide, it would be in thousands, if not 10,000.
Okay, guys, remember this is in an hour.
Yeah, in
I
an
didn't say
hour,
in a
like,
day.
worldwide. It is because if you continue to widen the scale, it is as slim as 1 in 3 women who haven't experienced some kind of abuse or some kind of situation and everything. So what that means is if you have 300 women, only 100 can say, oh, they haven't. And as you continue to increase the numbers, 3 million, you get to 1 million and so on and so forth. So and how many people are there in the world? It's like almost 8 billion at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it can't be that small of a number of people are calling. And it's a different thing to call and say, oh, I'm being raped and everything. And it's a different thing to call and be like, oh, I'm in a really dangerous situation. I need help and blah, blah. If it is a sexual situation, the person might not have communicated to whoever they are calling, whether it's the police, their friends, or whatever, what that situation is. But I believe that would still be a rape call.
Okay.
Don't look at me before I go talk smart to that. Just tell us what happened.
Okay. I trust everyone's estimates of the statistics. And we do remember that according to the data that we have and the circumstances that we understand, not a lot of people report rape, not a lot of people report abuse. It's such a taboo subject. But according to the recorded cases, so far, they have 250,000 rapes per year. That's only the recorded ones. Remember, those are the reported ones. you know. So that means 685 per day. And so that means about 30 per hour. But remember, those are only the recorded ones, not the ones that are, you know, there are so many. And now we've got just 2 more questions. Do we have Jail?
This one is very interesting. Which continent has the most underreported cases from rape and abuse? Which continent do you think?
Africa and I think Asia.
Now, I think it would be Arab countries.
Underreported.
That's a valid
Yeah,
assumption.
underreported. Because, first of all, in most Arab countries, marital rape is not
True. It's
crime.
not considered rape.
It's not considered rape. There is a lot more stigma to women who face these kinds of things or face these kinds of situations and everything. There is a lot more pressure on that side and a lot more reasons for a woman to be shut or be silent in such regions about like these kinds of issues. So that's why that's my guess.
Okay. That's very valid, but I would like to report that there is one winner, the one person who got this question right, and it is
My neighbor.
Cruz. And on to our last question so far. Do we know what are the percentages of rape cases by gender? By gender. Like 100% of rape cases, that means all of the men and women. Which, like, how much do you think is women percentage getting raped and men?
I would say 95-5 to women, to like women
Women
would be
to men.
95 and 5 to men.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, well, how much do you think?
Do you know why I beg to differ?
Yeah.
Men who have been raped or been abused, they keep quiet.
We don't have the
Example
actual
also,
facts.
the Menendez brothers.
Yeah, I'm
Black
just
men.
like referring to like reported cases.
So
Yeah.
I beg to differ. If you want to use without the statistics, I feel like it's equal 50-50 without the statistics.
That'd be reasonable.
But the fact that women speak up more about this because women encourage women, men rarely do that, is because this generation, Gen Z, is more outspoken than every other generation that has been on this planet.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, that's
It's
like
more
also
spoken
because
about.
of the internet. We have
Yeah.
the power of the internet on our
Internet.
hand, so we know a lot. But the actual stats are 91% of reported rape cases are women and 9% of reported rape cases are men.
That therefore struggle give them one.
And I would beg to differ about that. Yeah, just because the men don't report a lot, I don't think it's 50-50 because regardless, men do still love taking advantage of women. Even though men do underreport that. But remember, rape is usually about the power play. So a man is less likely to go and harass a man that could match up to his power than an easy target.
Remember men? It's
Yeah.
like male.
Exactly.
And boys get from 6 years upwards.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we've gotten our trivia and we've gotten all of our questions. We hope these statistics shed light on to people on this topic. And we would just love to round this episode up.
I hope you had fun today with us. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, COD, chatter over, even if this one don't empty, but drinks. Chatter over drinks still. And then, you know, our wonderful sponsor, we're first, don't forget to, this is JP Production, one of the best you can find. And then do not forget our sponsors, SFX. Go and check that website. I know you will not check. Go and check.
Your mother will thank you. Your dad will thank you. Changing the charges. So, let's go. COD. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much to our lovely guests, our lovely production team on this amazing set by SFX. We're enjoying ourselves. Oh, yeah.
Now wrap with that, we'll go put beat.
But remember, to wrap it up, let's go, people. No means no. No.
They tell you
means
no.
No.
Agree.
Bye-bye.
I like and follow us. Say, have you cut?
Never haircut.